I'm bummed that it's worse though.
Me too. Me too. I don't know that it's actually worse. You might not. If you want to actually go inside and start running water and see what happens.
Let me run a faucet. See.
Yeah, see how bad it actually is inside.
Yep. Yeah,
it's bad out here.
That's much louder.
Yeah.
Than before.
It's even worse now.
Is there a chance to put the other one back?
Oh no, I've committed to it now. You ever have those customer satisfaction calls for an issue you thought was going to be trivial, but turned out to be so much worse than you expected? Welcome to my nightmare, because this customer called about a strange noise coming from a new filtration and softening system I had installed for him. And I thought, surely this can't be as bad as they're telling me it is. This noise has to be minor, and this might be a bit of an overreaction. Well, that noise I expected to be a firecracker turned out to be E equals MC fucking squared instead. For those that missed the initial video, this part is just a quick recap of the actual install, and the rest of the video is the troubleshooting process to figure out just what the hell is happening to cause this problem. Use the timestamps to skip around as you wish. Enjoy. Bonus of the callback is a leak I found on the threads right there. Those plastic threads can sometimes be a bit of a pain to seal, and I'm not that surprised to see it dripping like this after the initial install. We'll address that too while we're here. But for now, let's find this mystery noise. It's this connection right here. And that can happen when the washers inside vibrate. As the water's moving by, they vibrate and cause that hum. So we gotta take that hose apart and try to reseat it. It can also happen with the corrugations on the flex supplies. The water can pass over those corrugations when it's in use and cause a harmonic effect, similar to a woodwind instrument. But that's exceedingly rare. This often doesn't work, but it was worth a shot to simply pull the washer and try to reseat it, especially because I physically felt the vibration happening right at that connection. Using copious amounts of Teflon tape is a must with these types of hoses. That's another high-risk joint that will develop a drip long after you've left the job site, unless you use tape and pipe dope religiously. Interesting.
Fascinating.
The fact the ghost returned, even though the system was bypassed, tells me the problem may not be the spring well softener, and I need to look at another piece of the puzzle.
If you need to shut out the water.
No, that's what the bypass is for, but the hum is still happening from the pressure regulator over there. That's kind of the originating point of it. So I've reseated this already. I'm just putting this back together. We're going to see if it makes any difference at all. If I put the pressure through the system again, that might make a difference. But there might be something vibrating inside that pressure regulator. Because after I bypassed this, that was way more prevalent. It might have been happening already, but I just didn't hear it over that one.
Yeah.
And that one might actually have been causing a chain reaction of this one to happen as well. So, the joys of plumbing, you know?
I know you said this is all...
There it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my reaction too. Huh. Would you look at that?
How much more betrayal can I take?
In of itself, it's fine. It's just like the whole vibration trouble.
Yeah, exactly. It's unlivable, really. And it tends to happen most often if you have full pressure, like if the line's fully open,
Yeah.
you won't hear a thing. It's when the low pressure, or the low volume, I should say, fixtures are in use, like faucets that have the limitations in them.
Yeah.
That's when it starts to come through. So you barely crack a hose spigot to try to mimic that flow rate of only, 1.2 gallons or 0.8 gallons or whatever the...
I mean, so far so good. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. How old is this house?
This new construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you bought it brand new. How many years ago? Just brand new.
It's just newly built. Yeah.
What's the warranty on this thing?
It's a year warranty.
It's a year warranty and you just moved in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
How about this? I would call about the pressure regulator
Yeah.
and say that that's the issue, and I would turn this off
Yeah.
and just isolate this system and just kind of have this open.
Yeah.
And then they can tell. And let them replace that, because they'll replace it. And then see if that makes any difference.
I don't know if they're gonna say, "Oh, you did all this plumbing,"
Yeah.
I can try.
Exactly. I don't want you to have to pay for a regulator, because that regulator, the 1.25 inch, is going to be a few $100s. I can replace this hose. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
But if something's happening inside there, that's kind of the source of it anyway. I'll happily replace that hose, but if I replace that hose and it doesn't do anything, then that guy is probably the issue here.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds reasonable. I mean, I'll try to have them replace it. If not, I'll trouble you to replace it. I'll pay you for whatever.
That's fine. For a service call, I won't charge you full price for that, but that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, I think that might be the source of the issue. Can you run the water inside and see if it recreates the issue?
Don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything either.
It's if we turn this on, will it begin humming though?
Probably. I have to imagine so. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, it starts to hum already, but once I close this, it's going to get a lot worse.
Oh. Okay. So replacing this probably won't do much, right?
I'm not convinced of that. I'm not convinced at all at this point. Okay, I can hard pipe this section, which would eliminate the hose. I'm just concerned that it might start happening with one of the hoses over here. But I can hard pipe from here to there, and that might make a difference.
What does hard pipe mean?
Yeah, just this kind of piping.
Oh,
And eliminate the hose and copper pipe down to here, you know what I mean? I can get rid of the hose altogether.
Do you have the angle to do that? This is enough.
I'll make it work.
Okay.
Let me see if I have the parts on my truck. I'll probably just do that now.
It seems to be worse.
Seems to be worse.
Kinda. Ghost in the machine. I'm gonna open this up. Oh. It's not gonna do it now. There it goes.
Oh wow.
Based on that, it feels to be more in this pipe than this pipe, which this is the inlet pipe, so that would be coming from here.
Yeah.
I could hard pipe all of this if I needed to. If I did that and the problem persists, you know what I mean? I'm willing to bet even if I did that, we'd still get some vibration happening. And I'm pretty sure this is the place to start.
I'm bummed that it's worse though.
Me too. Me too. I don't know that it's actually worse. You might not. If you want to actually go inside and start running water and see what happens.
Let me run a faucet. See.
Yeah, see how bad it actually is inside.
Yep. Yeah,
it's bad out here.
That's much louder.
Yeah.
Than before.
It's even worse now.
Is there a chance to put the other one back?
Oh no, I've committed to it now.
This is worse.
Let's do it this way. Let's open this up and see.
So that's fine.
Faucet's still running?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Just worried that if we hard pipe everything, it's gonna make it even louder, you know?
It may or may not, I don't know. The fact that it goes away, the faucet's still running, it goes away when these two valves are closed and this one's open.
Yeah.
That gives me hope that the issue is with the system. Let me call Springwell too and see if this is an issue they're familiar with and if they have any recommendations.
The estimated wait time
It's minutes.
Thank you for calling Springwell Water. This is maybe assist.
How you doing today? Doing well, thank you. But I got a call back from a customer. I just installed your FS4 system. Might be coming from the Springwell system. It might be the pressure regulator. I'm not entirely sure, but I did kind of pinpoint it to one particular hose. Replace that with hard pipe. And now the issue has just gotten worse. It seems to be coming from everywhere. And I'm curious if there's anything in your system that you're aware of that might cause this issue that might have gone wrong that I need to be aware of.
I've only ever seen a form of vibration or noise be due to a form of restriction or a form of a leak. That's the only time I've ever seen these systems create any form of vibration or even noise. Yeah, that's very, very strange in terms of pressure coming in and pressure coming out. Are we looking at the same PSI by chance?
That's a great question. I have two separate hose bids before and after. I can test that.
The other thing I could potentially think of is a form of air. There's a form of air somewhere in the unit that's causing that form of noise.
Oh.
That's my only other thought. Not something we do see.
Okay.
But it's something that would work its way out typically over time. And I know that's a bit rough to say, especially depending on the noise of it.
Is that something I could possibly flush the tank to try to expel as well, or is that?
Yeah.
So we have incoming pressure at about 51 psi, and outgoing pressure at about 48 to 47, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so
Pretty normal.
Still with the threshold, so I'm
Yeah.
not getting anything in the internal.
Okay.
The vibration and the noise, is she only hearing this, or are they only hearing this when water's flowing, or is this when the water's moving as well?
No, this is only when water is being used, and usually out of a faucet. So the higher the flow rate, the more the noise tends to go away. If I open a hose spigot full blast, it doesn't happen at all. If they use a faucet that uses only like 0.8 gallons per minute or something, then that's when they start to hear it.
Right, that's very, very strange.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd pick your brain a little bit and see if there's anything I'm missing here, but yeah, you're kind of on the same page I am. I'm going to give this flushing the system a try.
I am, yes, sir.
Okay. I'll call you back and let you know. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Please, y'all take care for now.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. I was thinking I would take this off and try to blow it out the door here, but this is the same thing.
Close that valve, is that what you would do? Yeah.
Yes,
keep it
exactly. Just
closed.
open this one, give it
Yeah.
pressure, and then and things like this is why I installed these hose grips in the first place.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can shock the system.
What I mean by shocking the system is simply opening and closing a valve as fast as I can. This will hopefully disrupt and expel any potential air bubbles that have gotten themselves lodged in the tank or hoses. At least more than just opening the hose for a minute or two.
Yeah, if I had to guess, this is the next step.
Vibrating. With
This is
one
off,
closed.
this is off. So this is the dead end. The
Yeah,
pipe,
yeah,
the water just goes
exactly.
here and exits right here. That's
Exactly,
dead.
yeah.
There's nothing else in the system that can be affecting it. It's just this part and that part.
Do me a favor, and don't say it's fascinating. No. But it is interesting.
All right, let's check the price on those regulators and see if, the worst case scenario, if they're not going to cover it under warranty.
Yeah.
So the inch and a quarter one is $487 for your model. That's the one you need.
Yeah.
So you're looking at $500 plus taxes for that. So it's worth a phone call and saying, hey, is this, a warranty issue? I expect you're going to have to fight them a little bit. But yeah, $500 part's not inexpensive.
I'm thinking of just sending this back and just calling it quits, that's the thing. I know they have a restocking fee and whatever, and I hate for you to have to do the work for nothing, that's what I hate the
Me
most.
too, yes.
That's what I hate the most,
All right, I'm not gonna lie. My heart sank when he said that. I may have giggled like an idiot on the outside, but I was searching for words to convince him that was the wrong choice. He looked so resigned and defeated. It made me sad to hear him say that. To see him start to give up for an issue I know we can fix. I was at a loss for words.
Thanks for your help. I do
Well,
appreciate that.
we're not done yet.
So,
And I can still even hard pipe these. I just don't think it's going to make a difference if I do.
there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was experimenting with this too, even bypassing. It was making noise. Now it's not, who knows why. But I will put my hand here and Well, it's not coming back.
Well, once you shut the faucet off and turn it back on, it might just come right back. But that's curious.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really a fix for it. It's like all over the place. It's
Yeah.
so random.
Guess it's just how it's feeling that day. I like my wife. All right.
They all like that.
It's not just me then?
No.
Okay. It depends on the flow rate, I think, is the more
Is that
triggering thing here.
Resonant frequency? That
Yes,
makes it resonate.
precisely. And I've never seen a resonant frequency kind of come from the design of the piping. It's usually from diaphragms and washers and things like that.
There has to be a source of vibration.
Yes.
Yeah, this just amplifies it.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah, it acts like a tuning fork.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just wondering if this angle, has anything to do with it.
It very well might.
Because it's not like a 90-degree, the water might hit a certain way and then start to
Well,
vibrate
typically
or something.
speaking, the system's actually better off the less hard angles it has because it's
that's right.
less
Yeah,
impact.
you're right.
It's a more smoother
gentle,
transition.
yeah.
And that's partly why I kind of like these 90s because they have a more sweeping angle to them, so it's a little gentler on the pipes. You probably get a higher flow rate just on surface friction or impact friction, I should say, But that's not to say this particular configuration isn't having a result with whatever's happening inside there.
I just don't know what could be wrong with it. It's supposed to be brand new, right? The building is brand new.
Correct.
So.
Which is why it should be covered under warranty. Even if it's some kind of debris has made its way in there, that still should be covered under their warranty. Yeah. Especially with all the new construction happening close by, and the water lines might be open down the road. You might get water, contamination from a lot of sources at this juncture and the life of the building.
It's fine. What I'll do is when I open the case, I'm not gonna tell them anything. I'll just tell them this causing vibration. And when they come, the plumber, he probably won't care. He will still replace it.
That's not necessarily true. When they say, because what they're going to do is they're going to say it was having no issues when we left it. That's the first step, is to cover their butts. There's no issues when we left it, and now that we've come back, what's changed? This is obviously changed, and they're going to point to this as the culprit for sure, like almost guaranteed. And hopefully, for a $500 part, they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and hopefully they'll just try to get you to go away.
Yeah, we'll see.
The poor subcontractor that installed that's probably going to be on the hook for it at the end of the day. Yeah. Which is why I don't take big contracts from these guys, because they don't care about you. At the end of the day, it's your business and your ass in the line. All right, call me back in a week or a few days, whenever you get word from them if they're going to honor a warranty or not.
So, after all that, I called the customer a few days later to check in. He didn't want to deal with the hassle of trying to get it covered under his warranty, and he wasn't even using the new system at that point. I couldn't leave it like that after everything we went through, and now it was personal. I was extremely hesitant to touch that regulator before, because if I messed with it, and it didn't work or made it worse, then his warranty would have been void. But if he didn't want to use the warranty anyway, we had nothing to lose. I'm sorry I don't have any footage of the repair, and I'm sorry this fix isn't more dramatic, but I simply showed up and increased the pressure to 70 psi by turning that top screw clockwise into the unit. Once I did that, the problems immediately vanished like donuts at a police convention. Hindsight is 20/20, and I should have adjusted the incoming pressure as soon as I suspected that the regulator was the issue. But I didn't want to kill his chances for warranty coverage if that didn't work. Lesson learned. Trust your instincts and experience. Take care of the customer first, and if that means working outside of a warranty, be prepared to honor the warranty yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.